noise my throat just made, but it's been like quite a while I've been live, so I'm just do live today. I am sick, so there's nothing I can really do. You knew what, but overall, nice to join a live. Gerald Durella. We've got now 3 people. I'm kind of surprised in just under 1 minute. A thing that's ever happened before. I'm a little sick. Actually, I am sick. My body is just so exhausted. They what? Why is your house is kind of quiet? I don't know. I mean, it's just quiet today. So, honestly, I like it. Found around you our Atlas at a random gas station today. It's not bad, but it's not great. It depends when it was made, because there's different generations, so yeah. 2000s, so it's definitely not as great as the 1990s or the late 1980s, the one with the huge trapway, but it's all right. Noah, have you seen my new shorts, YouTube shorts? No, but I've seen you comment on my channel a lot. I apologize, I've not seen your shorts. Um, yeah, I am talking not the best today. Like, again, like I said, I'm sick. My body's pretty weak and tired, so today I'm just gonna go easy. You can check out anytime, man. I will. We're at 7 people watching. 12 people now. If you guys do have any suggestions, what you guys want me to do with my toilet flushing shorts, if you guys want me to go back to doing the flushing stuff, which I do plan, and not just siphoning out videos, hold on a sec. Like again, like I said, because I've been doing pretty much just siphoning out videos. So I do plan on doing more of it. What's the difference between the 1999 American Standard Madeira toilet, then the 2000s Madeira, and the 1997 and 1998? So the late 1990s Madeira toilets, the thing is, like, what is it? The trapways are a bit more different. They're a bit more shorter, like in length. The size is the same, but it's a bit more shorter, and the Trapway is more rough. The ones from the 2000s, it's more refined and it's actually a bit longer and it's a bit more straight too. So that's interesting. And also, like, the bowl design is slightly different. Even the elongated ones from the late 1990s, they're slightly round, more round than the 2000s. So I'm eating a red popsicle. Nice. They're eating like what, strawberry popsicle? Hello, CJT Plumbing. Nice join alive, like always. What is the best? I don't know what you mean by that. What is the best? I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna say the S word, but I had a fancy colored toilet yesterday. It's not Memoirs, but it's a Portrait Light and Junior from 2000s. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that, especially with the base. But the Trapway, it's not big and it's not great, but it's still better than getting a normal Kohler Walworth Light. So far, I don't have anything special of what toilets I'm getting so far that I know of. Um, this week I will not, probably will not be able to get a toilet due to me being really sick and me having to stay inside for a few more days, but we'll see. You forgot to upload Dara Flush, the one with the deep flush. Oh yeah, I mean like, what is it? I don't like do the normal flush type of shorts on the toilet. Like, example, if I do like a normal flush on a American Standard Reliant, or just doing an example here, it's really not necessary because we all know how it flushes, and also it's not really likely you get a decent amount of views. Usually you'll just get like a couple thousand views, or like on like the 1,000 or 2,000 views, so it's not worth it. No, I'm not doing the toilet videos for the views, but what I'm trying to say is there's no point when I'm not getting a lot of views, even if I'm not trying to get a lot of views. And also, we know how most of the time the toilet's flush, so why bother giving it a normal flush? In a few weeks, I might get another toilet. Nice. Um, yeah, I am finding quite a lot of toilets out of Plumbing Supply, so we'll see what other stuff I'll get. I really hope soon I'll get a vintage toilet. I found an older Cimarron outside of a building being renovated. I kind of want to get it. I mean, of course you can get it. I mean, just ask, or, like, once, actually, I'm going to tell you guys, I have a toilet, but I have not made a video of it. I have in my collection right now, I have a 2000s Kohler High Crest, but it's not flushable right now. What is it? A flush mate that can actually make it flush decent. Like, BTR Plumbing has done some of these videos. He put one of his flushometer toilets on Flushmate, and they actually flush decently. So if I'm actually able to find the right flush mate for it, I'll definitely be able to do flushing stuff and other tests and do some flushes on it. I've been seeing some comments, some people say, stop putting your hand in the toilet, repeat, because some people and vomit. Is it kind of weird it has germs? It's not weird that it has germs. I mean, this is what do you expect with toilets? I mean, toilets is not something pleasant overall. If you really think about it, people, it's not a pleasant thing to like touch or to just talk about in topics. So because it is toilets equal bacteria. So yeah. Um but yeah, it is kind of annoying to see the same comment, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, this is not a common thing that we see on YouTube, people sticking their hands in the toilet and unclogging it with their hands. So, for a normal person who doesn't understand toilet passion or interest, it's really, really freaking weird. Or more than that, they may assume that you're mentally ill or something. Someone tried to flush a plastic chocolate sticks container down a 2006 Max and it didn't go down. I mean, that's good that you made sure it didn't go down. I mean, it probably didn't go down because it was too long or something. It was at my school, yeah. Teenagers tend to do stupid stuff these days. Um, but yeah, Robert Smith Hobby Productions, like I was saying, so when I got my 2000s Kohler High Crest a few months ago, it was actually at a country club, and it was I asked if I can have it. They said they don't know. They can't just give it to me like that, otherwise they can get fired. And also the fact, yeah, they also did say that they'll have to talk to the manager about it or to the boss if I can have it. So once I saw it's one of these wagon things that's connected to like a golf cart or one of these working carts, especially at a country club. So it was attached the wagon and the toilet was sitting at the wagon. And how do I say? They drove it to the workshop. It was at a country club at a where they dumped the toilet. They didn't talk. I didn't even hear an answer from them if I can have it. So what I did is I snuck to there. I'm not even allowed to be there. Only employees and workers are allowed to be in that workshop. And I actually took it. And there was cameras. Anybody could have saw me carrying that toilet and could have said something. But I just took it and I hid it in the bushes. I was so unsure if I would get it because what if someone found it and put it back or just trashed it. So I hid it very well. I was I was such in a rush to get that toilet and put it in my dad's car. Um, so for like 20 minutes, I was just stressing out. Someone might have found out I put a toilet in the bushes, especially at a country club, because, I was training tennis there at that time. So I was afraid I can get in trouble if they were to find out a toilet was at a bush and they may check the cameras. And if they found out it was me, I could be banned there. So but yeah, I still have it in my collections, the 2000s High Crest. It's just I have not made a video of it, but um I saw on a YouTube video someone flushed some dead fish skin. It was clogged. Oh yeah, I've seen these type of these different number of days of flushing stuff. I've seen it before. How in the world did BTR Plumbing got the 2000 Madeira? I thought the stopped being made in 2015. I'm not sure when they were stopped being made, but I mean, he gets them at construction sites and other stuff. Um, wouldn't take anything if it was on there properly, since that's basically stealing. Yeah, I mean, what I did, I took a risk and nothing happened, but luckily nothing happened. But I mean, I would just, if I were you, since it is more, because the high crest when I got it, when I pulled it out of the box, the old high crest, so they probably would have thought, oh, someone must have dumped it. even if it was inside the box. And bro, I found markers in the sink. Um, hmm. Do you know the toilet frenzy? Yes, I do. He was supposed to meet me and Chance at my house, but turns out he cannot. He has to cancel the meetup. So it's just gonna be me and Chance on it's supposed to be on February 20th at my house. So he's gonna film some of my toilets. We're probably gonna hang out outside the house too. And probably gonna go somewhere at that plumbing supply dumpster to see if we find any toilets where I usually find the toilets. So yeah, he's gonna be going from I really don't think he cares if I tell him where he lives, but I don't know what address, and obviously there's no point for me to tell you guys what at his actual address where he lives, but he lives in Orlando and he's gonna drive Orlando, Florida to where I am in Florida. Um it's 3 hours away, so yeah, it's gonna be an awesome meetup. That Cimarron I saw was on property, so I'm not gonna take it unless they give me permission to. That's a good idea. Are you gonna Are you gonna do you collab or do a live with the Toilet Frenzy or BTR Plumbing? I have no idea. I don't think I will. I really don't know if I would ever be able to do a meetup with BTR Plumbing since he lives in Texas and I live in Florida, so like it's just so complicated. And he's not obviously gonna we're not obviously gonna meet up and him to fly out all the way to my house just to see some toilets in my collection since a lot of my toilets are not like the best fixtures, which is definitely understandable. And like it's just like he's just one toilet YouTuber. I mean, I'm not saying I don't care. I don't care that I cannot do a meetup with him, but it's just too complicated. So I've got other stuff to do. For the one toilet I'll be getting in a few weeks, either is late 1990s or early 2000s Crane-Heimer on tank or Highline pressure light. Oh, that's not bad. Do you still have your Niagara Stealth? I forgot how to spell it. Yes, I actually do still have my Niagara Stealth. I actually did not return it, and I cannot return it actually. My 30 days was up, but it really doesn't matter, honestly. I mean, I can just get a new tank for it. I mean, I can always just I can always just get a new tank for it. But I mean, it really doesn't leak that bad. It does certainly leak. So if I was to install it, that would be a huge problem in the house. But all it needs, I mean, I can just put super glue and it'll cover up that crack. But I can just get a new tank and I can do that anytime. I can even do that in a few years. So it really doesn't matter, honestly. I'm actually kind of happy I didn't return it because I did put a, I did uh, make a connection with it. I know it sounds kind of funny for me to say I'm making a connection with a toilet, but um, honestly, I'd go for the pressure light. Resident, oh my God, Jesus Christ. My voice is just so messed up because of my nose is clogged now, but the residential high mounts absolutely suck. They don't, in my opinion, they don't suck, but they're not good at the same time. So it's just like everything is just so like restrictive and it's just like small. Toilets rock. Why did you unclog public toilets with your foot? That is actually a great question. I just thought it would be like a fun type of experiment. Um, I just wanted to see like how much harder it would be to unclog a toilet with my feet, or if it's just as effective as me doing it with my hands. And I gotta tell you, like, with me doing it with my feet is just a nightmare. Like when I did it on my Niagara Stealth, when you saw that compilation, it really hurt my feet because you know the trapway is not wide, but it's not small. So I was trying to get my feet to go in there deep. So it kept hurting my feet because my feet is trying to fit in these tight trapways, but Jesus. And yeah, it was just like I thought it would be funny, but I'm not planning on doing that in the meantime soon because like it's a lot of washing on the body. Um I need a cough drop. But it does, I definitely have to wash my feet with soap in the public restroom, and I don't want people seeing me doing that. I haven't shown this yet, but I recently got a 1957 Richmond Claremont. It's very good. I actually do planning on, I can't say it's guarantee. It's $200, but I really want to experiment what it's like to have a four trap toilet. So I may or may not at some point. I really don't care if I'll have to pay 150 for it, but it's a blue four trap Kohler Trilon. Jesus. I don't know if you can hear it, but I have a cough drop on my mouth, so my throat's still itchy. The one Trilon I've seen got replaced, but considering how many problems it had, it kind of had to get replaced. Yeah, I mean, I really found it really interesting that they have the spout where it like shoots water like a fountain. So that's very interesting. So it got replaced with a Jesus Christ, my throat, 10-inch as American Center Edgemere, which is a pretty cool choice. Actually, my parents have that in their master bathroom. Actually, they have that in their master bathroom. It replaced, a 2005 beige crane Athens toilet that I had, but I sold it. So what if I do a comparison for the Portrait Ingenium with the Portrait Light from Kohler? Jesus. I mean, I don't see the problem. I mean, it's interesting to see the same model, but just different designs. We'll also be replacing a Crane Galaxy Elite soon. What are you gonna replace it with? You know, I was at the start after you saw my comment. Oh, another edge mirror. That's not bad. I really like the design on these personally. They're really nice. And I like the handle too. It's not like these stupid plastic white handles that you see on the Reliance and stuff, so that's good. If you flush a banana, it will partially clog and have a nice gurgle. Yeah, it depends on the toilet, but for most toilets, it will definitely partially clog it. But yeah, it also really depends how old the banana is, because the older the banana, the more soft it is, so it is easier for it to take. Or shoot, I was at 1% battery, but I just fixed myself. The Reliant has a metal handle. If it's a plastic handle, it's a colony. Yeah, it's definitely true. But it's just crazy, like, how the model name changes just because of the handle. When you said shoot it reminds me of that powerful Madeira. It overflowed. Oh, I think what you're trying to say is that American Saturn Alpha Millennium that looks like a Madeira, except that's well hung due to it now being a Alpha Millennium. It's the same thing as a Madeira, but it's well hung, and the brand is Alpha Millennium. The Madeiras, they're floor mounted, and they're not wall mounted, and the brand name, no, the model name is Madeira. So yeah, I do remember me overflowing it on accident. Mm, do you know the game Geometry Dash? Yes, I used to play that game so much. I loved it. Damn, I'm so sick and tired of my throat. But hello, Kimberly Jones. Nice to join the live. Homo Tango got terminated again. Hmm. Here goes my throat again. Do you prefer? Sorry when I like side like that. Like my throat is just pissing me off. So I was not doing it at you, CJT Plumbing. But to answer your question, let's read it. Do you prefer the color portrait ingenium or Memoris? That's very difficult, actually. The Memoris, I do have it. I see it as more of a. It's still kind of a fancy design, but it's like a. It's a nice design at the same time. Like just because a toilet has a fancy design doesn't make it a nice design. It's just a design that's very unique and interesting. That doesn't make it look nice. Um, but yeah, overall, I do prefer the Memoirs. Although the Color Portrait Light, they have more interesting base type of shapes on the toilet, and also on the tank lid and the handle. It's not as good as the Performer, and I do like the design on the Memoirs better because since it has a slightly more classic look while still looking fancy. So I'd say Memoirs, yeah. It's definitely way better. Um, I actually noticed the ingeniums that are in the normal toilets, the ones that don't have the fancy design, like we obviously know what I'm talking about. They actually have so much better performance, even if the trapway is smaller than the Memoirs. Even if the Memoirs, they're basically the same toilets outside of the design because the Memoirs, the trapway is not as tall. They're much wider, but they're not as big. Do you know what happened to Liam? Are you talking about Liam, the toilet YouTuber? He flushes his toilet outside and he doesn't film when it's like winter time. Is it that guy with the blonde hair? White guy, white dude. and he had his Scholar Highline, the first gen Champion 4. Is it that guy that you're talking about? I've only seen memoirs, Staley's, but I haven't found any portraits. Hmm. And 2 out of the 3 memoirs I've seen actually had lined tanks too. I mean, yeah. I like the portrait Ingenium because they still have the tall tank, just like the Portrait Light. Yeah. Do you know a user called Undercover Elevators? No. He is a bad user. Huh. Do you know any of the toilet filmers' real names? Um, well, OCC Plumbing, I'm just gonna say his first name, but not his last name. His first name is Owen, and then BTR Plumbing, his name is Braden, and then Chance's Toilet Restorations, his name, the one who's doing the meetup with me, his name is Chance. The Toilet Frenzy is name, what is it? Come on, I think I knew what it was. I actually don't remember, actually. And then Robert, I think another toilet YouTuber who has done a meetup with OCC Plumbing, his name was Robert. And then, yeah, that's all I know of so far. The Toilet Frenzy. Oh yes, Richard. My God, thank you for telling me that. Yes, yes, that was Richard. Yes. What is CJT Plumbing real name? Colin. The toilets I'm planning to sell is round 19 Kohler Wentworth WaterGuard. A 2000s elongated dual flush Kohler Wentworth Class 5. That's not bad. How much do you sell your toilets on average for? Maybe like sometimes 20 to 50. Maybe like sometime. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad price. 20 is definitely pretty cheap, but I mean, it's decent for used toilets. I would say um, the perfect sweet spot is $35 to $40. Unless the toilet is just so dirty, then you'll definitely want to put it at 20 at lowest. Do you have your mentions on? What do you mean, do I have my mentions on? My record was at 40. That's not bad. The most amount of money I made on selling a toilets. I've sold I'm pretty sure, I have no doubt you remember the first time when I got my Mansfield Profit. That was like, I did like a vote what type of toilets you guys think I was gonna get, and the votes I had was the Total Drake, Mansfield Profit, um, Total Drake, and there was another one I don't remember, but that's the one I'm talking about that I sold. And also the first Kohler Wellworth Class 5 toilet that I've got. I sold both of them for $50 each. I sold two of them at the same time. I mean, mentions as in get mentioned in a post. um, yeah, I think I do have them on. Do Chance live close to you? No. But he lives in Florida as well. My real name is Noah. Also, another person that I will never meet is the. Hold on a sec. What? Also, another person that I will never meet with is Chance because he's a. Are you talking about Chance, the guy who's meeting with me? He's a bully. Chance Restorations and More. Chance literally insulted me whenever I had a friend of mine replace their standard cadet with a pro flush, dual flush because their cadet broke. Huh. That's, I mean, he shouldn't insult you just because of that. I mean, like, it's just a toilet. But yeah, yeah, it's not something that's pleasant. Most brand for toilets I've had, and my favorite brand is Kohler. Yeah, I can definitely tell. I'd love to get a Kohler Kingston. It's one of these. It's not these flushometer toilets or pressure assist. It's a normal residential toilet, and I'd love to get one of these. They actually have a really large siphon jet. Do you know Mikey Vesky? Yeah. Personally, he's definitely not to be rude, but like he's not stable mentally. He's doing a bunch of weird type of acts on his YouTube shorts. Actually, he got terminated before, or he got restricted because he showed himself being naked at live, like that, which is really stupid. But I mean, the guy, I can tell he has like mental issues or something. But I had a Kohler Kingston on tank installed over here at my dad's house. That's good. Does it get the job done very well? Is like the bowl rinse or clearance good, or kind of have a feeling the bowl rinse is not good. I've never clogged it yet, but the bowl rinse is not the greatest. Yeah, I mean, I also noticed the siphon jet is just so big. Like the fact that like a toilet has a really big siphon jet, like you see on like the Mansfield Profits or these toilets or the Cadet 3s. The siphon jet is so large. The fact that more water goes in the siphon jet than the rim jet, so that creates less borings. But it does use more siphon power that make up for it, so it make up the performance. I've only got a few more minutes left. I do have to rest after, and you know the live does automatically stop, so it really is no point for me to try to go longer. So yeah, the two-piece Kingston is okay. It does not have a great siphon power and bowl clearance, but the bowl rinse is kind of weak for a class 5. I mean, it's the same thing as a class 5, except the trapway and siphon jet design is different. And also, the model name is different, so... Do you hate school? I don't do school anymore. But it doesn't matter because I actually might get a job that's going to really get me paid really well. And I'll be making more money every year than the year before. So with that, I'm set. Yeah. So basically, if I keep working like that, and I would only be working twice a week. and I'll be making over a few $1,000s a month. I'm not going to say the exact amount of money I'm going to make a month, but at least over 5,000 a month. So you graduated, yeah. Well, once it reaches 59 minutes, or I'm not sure if I'll actually have a chance for this live to reach an hour, because it does automatically stop sometimes at 55 minutes or an hour and 5 minutes. So it can end anytime. So are you 16 years old? No. 18. I like how I recorded some different Kohler toilets on Pressure Tank. Yeah, it's cool. One one Kohler toilet that I think that would be really interesting for you to put on a pressure tank is definitely a Kohler Cimarron Revolution 360. That would be really interesting. Kohler Highline Classic on pressure tank with blocked rim heads. Yeah, I mean, it's got a decent flush. Especially, like, I noticed the Highlines, when they flush on a clogged siphon jet, um, the water goes really high, and then because they're so siphonic, as the water goes down, it really is siphonic. Once it reaches 1 hour, I'm gonna end it.